in his presentation.
Yeah.
Kirill,
Thanks,
Ermakov.
Boris.
Yeah.
And I'll need just 1 second to switch over.
IT people always do everything their own.
Yeah, we're doing it in our way. It's dramatically for me. Why do you still using PowerPoint? It's not the marketing for Apple, but God, Keynote is awesome. Stop using PowerPoint. It's not really as good as it can be. So, why today I'm standing here? Yeah, when we were talking about the Investor Day, you could not imagine to see a boy in a hoodie on the scene, yeah? It's not actually the situation that can happen. But what is finance today? We're talking about finance. We're talking about the banking. We're talking about the money. What money actually is. What is the picture in your head? Just imagine it. That's it. Is it the money? I think actually, in the world today, it's not.
What do we imagine when we say $1 billion? But actually, it can be simpler, or much simpler. But what actually is it? Only 4 bytes in a database.
The world is changing. And it's impossible to think about the modern people using the cash. Yeah? Everything changed, and it's all about the IT now. And the major role of the Kiwi company, it's not the beautiful graphs with beautiful data that my colleagues showed to you. That's financial charts. Yeah, that's quite cool, but it's not what Kiwi really is. Kiwi is one of the little companies that are transforming this world. We're transforming material to digital. What's actually the innovation of the Kiwi terminal? That anyone in Russia country can put in the cash, and it was immediately transformed to the data. The second that we changed, how we changed the world of the finance in Russia, it was a Kiwi wallet. Because we transformed the behavior of the humans. Just a few years ago, the regular Russian citizen could go to maybe some kind of shop, take that money, the cash, to pay. Then he was going to bank to find a bancomat to take cash back. We changed that. We changed the behavior of how actually people do use money. We made a wallet. Why it's so beautiful? Because it's something about, you can correct me guys, it's something about 20,000 merchants inside. You don't really need to find the shop, to think about it. You just can use it like a marketing Google. Just enter what you want and you will find the merchant to pay in. And that was definitely cool. The third breaking point was NFC payments. And that's not about the technology. That's not about maybe even finance again. That's how we changed our behavior. First there was a cash, then there was a card. How much of you do carry in a daily life now cards? When Apple Pay and Samsung Pay changed this world. Now we're carrying only mobile phone in our pocket. And it consists of whole our life. It's the message, it's the phones, it's the reminders, and it's the wallet now. But we didn't stop when we made this technology in Kiwi Wallet. The next one, the big thing, was the blockchain. I think you are looking at me and thinking, oh God, not again blockchain, this buzzword. No, for us, blockchain is not about Bitcoin. It's not about even Ethereum or any cryptocurrencies. Blockchain is a technology. Blockchain is a good technology for a banking sphere. Because if you will take a look on some kind, maybe Swift or other banking message, what we will see? The technologies that were made 20 years ago. Blockchain is a tech that will change the way how banking message is built. And we are one of the companies that have started their research into blockchain. I think we were one of the first, I think Sergey can correct me, but Kirill Blockchain Technologies company started to invent new solutions, one of the first in Russia. And now we've got a working blockchain processing. What even our other IT company or bank or finance, guess anybody, can say that they have a working technology, not a prototype, not proof of concept, but a working one. So, today I will want to show you what is under the hood of the Kiwi processing system. It's not a classic one. If you ask IT guys from any kind of bank, you will hear that they got a primary system, a backup system. They can do a switch over. Forget all these things. We are IT company. No more switchovers. No more primary, secondary. That's full online system. It's the same way as Facebook made inside. That's the same way as Twitter made inside. That's an ecosystem that gives availability for our clients to use our services in any kind of situations. We made a fantastic networking scheme inside. That's double triangle. That's using different layers of electricity in the city. It means even how the Moscow can be powered off. But Kiwi processing still will working. I think all of you are reading news maybe even about Russia, and you heard that one of the big banks in Russia was offline for half a day only because the construction works destroyed their cable. One big blue bank, yeah. We can't be in this situation because 5 years ago we built dedicated network system inside the city. It means that this is our cables, that we got 2 cables connecting each spot and distributed network system. And we can lose up to 4 of them. Just imagine what must happen in the city. So 4 quarters of it must be destroyed. That's impossible. And that's impossible for us to lose this connectivity. But what for we are building such a system? For I think, the currency of the future. The currency of the future is a data. I only think that we're all today working only about one thing. We're starting to collect the data and starting to make a value from the data. So this big network is built to hold one of the biggest big data clusters. Where we're comparing to financial companies in Russia, but most of them are just talking about the big data, and we made it working. It's about 2 petabytes split between 3 data centers. We've got such old school technologies like Oracle transaction system. We've got the modern ones like Cassandra, Hadoop, Elastic. And all of them are split between the 3 spots. And finally, when we were making this big data cluster, one of the major thought that we got, we do not want to have a vendor lock. That's a common problem for any big company when trying to build some kind of solutions. Some gentle guys from IBM, Hewlett-Packard, EMC, choose any one of them, will come to you and tell, okay, we will help you, let's build it together. No, we will build it alone. And we will not make any kind of vendor lock here. And we made a system that can make a financial transaction in less than 10 milliseconds. But why? Why would you need it working so fast? Yeah, 10 milliseconds. Why? Because of our customers and how do they use it. Take a look.
What happens when a client presses the button Buy from anywhere in the world? information gets to our data centers, where more than 300 microservices start to work. Identification, anti-fraud, performance monitoring, SMS notifications, and finally, money transfer. It happens instantly for a client. But for us, it's a complicated process whose purpose is to make the buying process as simple as possible.
Just boom. As fast as I can say boom, as fast as we can make a transaction. That's really impressive. That's a brilliant system inside. Believe me. I saw not only Kiwi, I saw a lot of other banks and IT companies. This one solution is really brilliant. That's 5 years of developing this microservice architecture. That's what is changing us from the most of the other companies that do call themselves finance. What is the time to market of a feature in a common bank? Okay, they imagined it today and they will publish it in a half a year. That's an impossible situation for us. Inside Kiwi, there are more than 300 microservices, and each of them is doing just only the work it must. So we can update any of them in any moment without disturbing the whole system. We have about 50 releases per day. Just imagine 50 releases, 50 updates, and still we're holding the SLAs of 99.9 of the stability. 50 releases per day. That's impossible for bank, but it's possible for Kiwi. To cover all this giant infrastructure, we got more than 1,000 business metrics. It's not technical ones. Guys from the IT, if somebody here do understand, when we're talking about technical metrics, any IT guy can produce any number you want. But when we're talking about the business metrics, it's a little bit more complicated process. We're controlling 1,000 business metrics inside our processing. And I'm really proud to present this here today. It's our microservices management system. That's the core. That's one of the most beautiful technologies I've ever made with our teams. That's a Kubernetes. If you are reading IT newspapers, you know about the Kubernetes starting with the letter K. But this Q just replaced it. Why? Because we wanted to build a genuine new microservice controlling system with built-in security layer. Because we are working with money of our clients, security is a priority for our company. So we built a new ecosystem that has built-in security controls. They cannot be bypassed. They are the part of the ecosystem. Even if developers will try to bypass them, no, they will not. That's just built in. And why we choose such a way? Because of hardware. Any big company gets the one big problem. They need to replace, time to time, hardware from old ones to new ones, updating, upgrading. I think CTOs in your company comes to you every quarter talking, oh, looks like we need $1 more million for updating our machines. We were tired of that, and we stopped that. We made a system that is ready to run on our own old hardware. As example, everybody of you knows about AliExpress 1111. That's one of the biggest sales in the world. We are processing these payments in Russia. It's something about, I remember, thousands of TPS they can make when a lot of people are trying to purchase a brand new kitty toy. And we hold it, all this sale in this year using this new infrastructure that is running on 10 years old machines. We just put them out of the boxes with the That was just our old broken devices. We put them in, put them back, and now our main production is working. And it does not depend on hardware anymore. It can run on almost everything. Cheap China machines, fine. Advanced machine from Hewlett-Packard, fine. Even handmade computer will fit. It doesn't matter. We built a system that just a brilliant one for any company that is large, because you will not need anymore to talk with vendors on the vendor side, follow their prices. Nope. You can choose absolute everything. And this system will become public next year. But when we are talking about the stability of the processing, one of the major components is the security. What is security about the money when we are talking it today? Yeah, I showed you the bill. Is it secure? That's the old way of using the money. Is it secure? No, it is not. We've just lost $500 just because I wanted so. And you cannot do this when you are using our processing system. It's multiplied, it's multi-layered, and it has multi-layer access control. Even system administrator can't destroy the data. He can modify, but he will leave a logs, but he cannot destroy it. We are built the security system, as we call it, it's built by hackers, anti-hackers. I think you can figure out my laptop. Unfortunately, it was using like a presenter one. And I was the man who founded the security team in Kyiv. And I'm in top 25 best hackers in the world. That's HackerOne chart a few years ago. And when we were building the system, we kept in mind that even we must not defeat it. And we built it. It took our 5 years of developing such a system. It's fast, it's beautiful, and it's got a wildcard, how it's working inside. The wildcard is our office and a secret data center inside it. We made AI. We started to making AI maybe something about 3 or 4 years ago, when the buzzword about machine learning and AI wasn't in all the papers you know. And we built a system, first of all, to make a great new financial forecasting system. How much it takes in company to make a forecast for a half a year? Something about a month working at 10 people. God. Now it's only 2 hours and 1 engineer. That's AI that is not working only on the papers. It's working not as a proof of concept. It's a fully complicated working system. When I'm telling AI, it's just for a better understanding. What's inside the neural networks that are using our big data to build a forecasting. These models are continuously learning because of dedicated powers. Because we in Kyiv developed, that's a rendering, but that's rendering, you can see on the screen, that's a render of the real devices and real data center room. This is Kyiv AI box. That's GPU powered, open platformed, and homemade. If you will come to the market and ask, can I buy AI device? Okay, you could, but you will pay a lot of money for that. So we decided to make this solution by ourselves. In less than 3 months, we developed our own hardware platform with GPU-based, neural network optimized, Kyiv AI box. It will be presented in the December at the Kyiv Technology Roadshow in Moscow. If you have time, just come in, we will show you how beautiful it is. It's really a good device. And all of this today, I'm standing here talking with you. We're talking about the money, about the financial companies, about anything else. The main thought that I want to bring to you the banking and the finance of the future is not about the colors and the ties. It's about the mans and the hoodies. It's about the IT. Kiwi is a financial company of the future. We are IT powered today. And that's the major point. We are the future, and we are here today. Thank you.